Hi Pisces, welcome to your December reading. We're at the end of the year. Can you believe it? I'm like, every time I say that, it's still shocking to me. I'm still like, we made it through 2020. That's kind of a big deal. Okay, so your astrology, let's talk about that really quick. There's some pretty big shifts that are happening. We have Saturn and Jupiter moving into Aquarius in mid-December. So Saturn goes into Aquarius on the 17th, and then 2 days later, Jupiter goes into Aquarius. And this is really going to, Saturn will be there for the next 2.5 years. Jupiter is going to move really, really quickly through Aquarius, and it's going to hit your sign in Pisces, where Jupiter is exalted in Pisces. Like, he loves being with you guys. So he'll be there around May of 2021. And so that's a really big sweet spot that we're going to see for 2021. So there's a little bit of future forward goodness for you. But then he's going to retrograde and go back into Aquarius to finish off his time there. So we'll see Jupiter in Pisces for a couple of months in 2021. Speaking of 2021, before I get any further, if you guys want to get a 6-month forecast reading, I'm also talking specifically, I'll be looking at your charts and telling you specifically how Saturn and Jupiter are going to affect you being in Aquarius. So that information is in the description box. If you're curious on, because I have a lot of people like, what about this? What about me? I'm arising this, I'm arising that. So if you get a reading with me, if you get the 6-month forecast reading, you'll actually get a little peek into how Saturn and Jupiter are going to treat you while they're there. But so yeah, Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius. This is really going to be showing you a lot of how you need to pay attention. How do I want to put this? The lessons of your soul, the lessons of like, are you playing yourself? Are you kidding yourself? Are you not paying attention to the things that we don't necessarily want other people to see? Like, are we learning our lessons when it comes to ourselves? Are you lying to yourself? Basically, like, Saturn in Aquarius is really going to be asking you the hard questions and teaching you lessons on how to be 100% honest with your own truth and not let anybody else or let any other energies get caught up in your truth. You know, it's like we want to make sure that how we are presenting ourselves is in total integrity and honesty. And that's what Saturn is going to be showing you. And with Jupiter there's this really big expansive energy that wants to push you to greatness and wants to bring you fortune. But again, are you like, it's not without the lesson. Are you lying to yourself to get that fortune? Are you lying to yourself to get to that greatness? Or are you holding yourself back in some way because you think that you should be one particular person, but your soul is trying to evolve you into being your truth, right? Like, we want to walk in our truth and walk in our integrity every day. And so that's what this transit, I think, is really going to teach you guys. It'll be a very soul level type of transit, and you're used to that. You guys live in the 12th house, you'll be there. But this isn't about what's going to be happening on the surface. This isn't about what's going to be happening in your environment. This is about how you are creating the energy within yourself and then manifesting from that. But you have to really dive deep. Like, this is going to be a digging really, really deep. So we have a couple of eclipses also. We have a Gemini eclipse coming up on November 30th. I'm doing this reading on the 27th. So we have that Gemini eclipse on the 30th, and then on November 30th, and then we have a Sagittarius new moon, so solar eclipse, on December 14th. And that one's going to be really interesting because there will be a trine to Mars. There's going to be some aspects happening with the Aries stuff. So really, like, how you communicate, like how you show yourself, you know, I feel like there's going to be this huge difference, this huge change about how you're presenting yourself into the world. And the Gemini eclipse is showing you, you know, that when you communicate with the right people and the right energies and effectively in the way that makes you feel good, there's a lot of promise. But these eclipses in a big way are going to show you who is no longer serving you in your life and where you need to remove the old energies so that you can open yourself up and expand yourself in ways to have new energies coming in and new manifestations coming in. December is kind of a finale for 2020. So it's like, hold on tight, hold on really tight. Sorry, gotta get my cards. Hold on really tight, buckle up. And I think that more than anything is not forcing the communication. Like, if people don't understand where you're coming from, and if people can't see your true value by this point, then they're not worthy of your energy. We don't have time to waste energy on people that don't understand us or don't see the value in what we give. Okay, so cards. Let's see what the cards have for you. Oh yeah, I just heard the song, Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles in my head. So this is definitely the path towards your truth, the path towards your journey, the path towards and shining the light on what it is that you need for your own journey. And not where you can help others along on their journey, but how you can create a safe space for yourself. There's definitely a lot of healing here. There's a lot of goodness. There's a lot of rest that needs to be done. Taking care of yourself in a physical way, in a spiritual way. That's kind of a big deal right now. Like, I want you to put a lot of focus on, if you are tired, if you do feel worn down, please rest. Like, don't try and force the things to happen. Because, like, yeah, if you're trying to decide whether you want to get together with people or not and you're exhausted, like, choose the not. Like, you don't, just because other people want you to show up doesn't mean that you have to. You always get that chance and opportunity to say no. But so we have the Star, we have the Sun, and then we have the Hanged Man. We have the Four of Swords, which to me is always the minor arcana of the Hanged Man. So we have the Four of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. Absolutely. So with the Star and the Sun here, there's definitely a time for healing, and then having the Hanged Man here also, it's almost as if you're having to look at this in a different way so that you can process the healing. Like, where was it that you weren't able to process the healing before? How are those how are those lines? I want to say the lines of communication. How are they open? How have they closed? And I mean the lines of communication between you and your guides. Like this, I feel like this reading doesn't have anything to do with anybody else. Now, yes, you could be dealing with an Aquarius. You could be dealing with a Leo. We'll just get that out of the way right now. But I think instead of coming together with people and overdoing it and possibly putting yourself at risk at getting sick, the Four of Swords is actually kind of a better piece of advice than the Three of Cups. I mean, I feel like with the Two of Pentacles here also, there's this like back and forth. I almost feel like somebody's trying to guilt you into doing it, and you keep on saying, I just need a little bit of time and space to gather myself. Like, why are you pushing this on me? That's what it feels like. So let's look at the Star. Let's see what the Star is. Oh yeah. And the Sun. Like, I feel like it's time for you guys to open yourself up to a new truth. It's a new way. It almost feels as if you haven't voiced your truth, or you haven't voiced your truth in a long time. Either you've never done it before, or you haven't done it in a long time. And judgment here with on the star is saying like it's absolutely time for you to do that. You can no longer hold back what it is that you know deep down to be true. And once you do that, it's like the offerings just start to happen, right? You come into alignment with yourself and you start to create and manifest things that are just attracted to you. Like you don't even have to try anymore. That's something that I've been teaching lately, in the next manifesting class is on December 14th, which is also the new moon, interestingly enough. So we'll be doing a lot of releasing also during that. But if you want to be a part of it, it's really amazing. It's not just about manifesting the things into your life, but really creating a space, like a safe space within yourself in order to manifest. But just making yourself feel good during a time of chaos is needed right now, right? So that's what that class is all about. And this Ace of Pentacles on the Sun is like, you have every opportunity to manifest your desires and the things that you want in your life. But are you creating the space for you to do that? Or are you shutting yourself off in an effort to keep the peace? Or are you not speaking your truth in an effort to appease another person? And the way that you're looking at these things, you know, it's like you're recognizing that you shutting down and not speaking your truth is what's blocking the gifts. You know, that's why you're not attracting anything into your life, or you're not attracting what you desire in your life, because you have you've recognized where you're constantly giving out your energy to other people. And I think that that's the biggest change here. That's the shift that's happening, that you're no longer going to do that. That's the lesson that you're learning through this. So we have the King of Swords on the Hanged Man. If you're dealing with an Aquarius energy, it doesn't have to be a sun sign. It could be a moon or rising as well. If it's not an Aquarius, I have to sneeze. Ooh. Excuse me. Sorry, my sneezes are really loud. If you're not dealing with an Aquarius, it can be another air sign. And again, it doesn't have to be the sun sign. It could be the ascendant or the moon sign, Venus even, or Mars, or Mercury. But this King of Swords on the Hanged Man, I feel like they're pulling back. I feel like they're pulling away a little bit. Or they need a timeout. And maybe it's that you need to tell them, I need a timeout from you. Because it's almost as if you have to look at who this person is in a completely different way. It's, you know, you don't want to look at this person in the same way that you've looked at people in the past. You want to be able to look at them with fresh eyes, with, you know, rested, right? You know how when you're just really tired, and because you're really tired, you're also easily irritated, or you get emotional a little bit easier. That's what this sort of feels like to me. It's like allowing yourself to constantly reset and come back to this moment, this square, right? Allowing yourself to constantly reset, that's going to be something that you learn for the next 2.5 years, allowing yourself to reset and looking at situations and saying, where am I holding myself? Like, where am I also to blame? And not constantly thinking that other people are the reasons why nothing is happening in your life. Like, getting really honest with yourself is a big thing for you guys for the next couple of years. So this Knight of Pentacles on the Four of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles is about not skipping the steps. It's about creating each step individually and not skipping them. And again, resetting yourself. If you do start to go a little bit quickly, the Four of Swords is like, no, that's not what we're doing. We're coming back to this moment right here. This is what we want. We're not rushing into anything. Let's see, Three of Cups. Yeah. and the Two of Pentacles. All right. Seven of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. I have the Devil on the Three of Cups. If you decide, I feel like that's a warning. If you decide to get together with people over the holidays, or you decide that you want to go out and celebrate New Year's, or, you know, whatever it is that you do normally, typically during Christmas time or during the holiday season, if you get together with other people, I feel like there's going to be a really big lesson learned here. And that could be that either you are not doing so well, or it could be that somebody else isn't necessarily doing so well, and you guys may give each other a sickness. That's exactly what that feels like to me, that Saturnian lesson, right? On the coming together of people that are not in your immediate family. That's a pretty big lesson right there. And then I have the Page of Swords on the Two of Pentacles. When you're at that crossroads to try and make a decision on, do I want to get together with people? Do I need to let this go? Do I need to stop creating the chaos within my own life and start creating the healing within my life by pausing and taking a moment and allowing myself to see things from a different perspective? Because I feel like even though, okay, Seven of Swords, when the betrayal happens, because it looks like there's going to be a betrayal. The Seven of Swords, the Empress, the Ace of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, and the Hermit, and then the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. I like that. All right. We'll just stop there. Okay. So the Seven of Swords is a betrayal. It could be that you feel like people aren't being honest with you as well, or you think like you could be overthinking and wondering if people are actually being honest with you, or if they're just pulling the wool over your eyes. That could be that Seven of Swords. There's a really big opportunity for you to do a lot of self-care in December. And I think that's why this lesson down here of getting together with people, it may even be that you won't get, you know, the virus, you wouldn't get the COVID, but maybe there's a spiritual essence to this where people will be taking your energy if you go around them. Like maybe it's not so much about a physical sickness as it is a spiritual sickness. Because you can have your energy drained very, very easily. So with this Empress and Ace of Cups, you could be dealing with a Capricorn or a Taurus or a Virgo also. But the Empress and the Ace of Cups, there's a lot of self-care that's needed in order for you to embody the energy of the Empress. My allergies are just, sorry, like they're terrible this morning. Embodying the energy of the Empress through self-care. I mean, I love that this is your reading right here, like right in the middle. I love that that's your reading. And then we have the Four of Pentacles with the Hermit. Because you're trying to get to this Ten of Pentacles, right? And that Hermit energy is the planning. And a lot of times we do the planning when nobody else is looking. Like the Hermit is the one that goes to the top of the mountain to get all the information from source. Like he takes the journey on his own. He does the planning on his own. He does all of the things on his own. And that Four of Pentacles is, you know, if you have a vision of the future that you want, you know, how you want your environment to look, how you want your future to look, how you want your, just everything to sort of fall into place, that Hermit energy is going to work really, really well for you. because there's a creation around the Hermit energy too. It's very mercurial. And I think that you have a vision, right? The Sun and this Ace of Pentacles, this is the vision. You're like, I want to make the money. I want to have the stability. I want to have that environment that I can really, really enjoy. But there is somebody that is lurking. And I think that if you don't know who you are and your truth is skewed, it's going to be very, very hard to release this toxicity, to release this kind of betrayal. That Seven of Swords does not feel very cute. But it's time, right? Like that Judgment in the Star, it's time. It's time for you to really step into your own fully. Like 2020 has been nudging you along, and December is the finale. Welcome to it. All right, I love you guys so much. Come join us in the memberships. It's amazing. The memberships are also the members of the channel are also going to receive the extended forecast. So I'm going to start the general 2021 forecast next month, and the extended July to December is usually up for sale on my website, which it will be again. But if you would like to get the extended along with all the other perks of being a member, that is all going to be happening in December. So there's that, and you can get like all 12 of them for being a member versus just buying one at a time. So yeah, the 6-month forecast readings, all of that information is in the description box. If you just want to get a regular reading from me also, that's all available. I love you guys. Have a really wonderful December, and I will see you probably close to the new year. Bye.